I really love how they design the music in this game. Dun. It's super chill, relax to it. Listen to this little menu music. Y'all like this? Dun. But I wanted to come out with something different today, and I'm not sure how people are going to react to this. What do you guys think? And it doesn't matter what game you like the most. And I play both of these games. I like Nickelodeon All Star Brawl. I like MultiVersus, and I play both. I have fun, and I just had this little idea. And remember how they said any character is possible for this game. And I think with MultiVersus, all our wishes can come true. All the characters from these shows that we grew up watching can come true and be able to shine in this game. I think most of these characters will be able to be get a chance to be featured in this game. And I'm gonna open up the characters and show y'all my characters that I like playing. Well, I love playing all the characters in the game. And the one thing I want to say, even though this has anything to do with this particular video, is that the character rotation, you have to really unlock the same characters and some of the characters that you play the most. You have to spend the gold to unlock them right off the bat and just keep on playing and playing to get the gold all over again to re-unlock the characters during the character rotation.
You have my attention. Now, what do you need?
But let's open up the let's go into something real quick so y'all can see the characters.
Choose your character.
So I don't have every single character. I just have to be able to grind some gold. I got plenty of gold anyway. So let's keep Shaggy. He's shaking. He's scared. Let's put him on the screen. But what do you guys think about Nickelodeon characters getting into this game? Do you guys think they have a chance? And I really hope that they can really expand. I think they can really do almost anything with the game itself. Hopefully the music's not too loud. Just turn it down. But I'm excited to see how you guys react. Let's turn the music down. Let's do it like this so it's easier. But it's so many characters in the game. They have the biggest potential for the character roster. I think they can get hundreds and hundreds of characters in this game from shows that we love, from movies and from TV shows like Game of Thrones. I haven't watched too much of Game of Thrones. I definitely want to get into the show. Some people say the last season is not that good, but opinions. But I'm excited to see how people react when it comes to Nickelodeon characters, because I'm sure they can get almost any character in the game as far as the roster. And for me, I came up with my own little list of characters that I would like to see in the game from Nickelodeon. And I'm curious to see y'all list. Which Nickelodeon characters would you want to see in the game if you would want them to be a part of this roster? Which characters do you think belong? Which characters do you think can shine from the Nickelodeon series? And maybe some people say some of these characters are owned by Paramount. Paramount has control or owns Nickelodeon, so maybe we can see some of these characters get into the roster as a surprise. I'm not saying now, but in the near future, I really see them getting a lot more characters be outside of the DC world, DC owned characters. And that's why I wanted to make this video today, to try to talk about it and discuss it with you guys. Do you guys think that they're going to go beyond the DC world? Maybe they can get some video game characters as well. And they can start with just Nickelodeon from expanding. They can take some of the characters from those shows that people love to attract people who love Nickelodeon. You got Cartoon Network shows. I grew up watching these shows. Scooby-Doo, Batman. You got the Looney Tunes. I think they started it. That really got me into the cartoons, to watching cartoons in the first place. The Looney Tunes. That's all, folks. Yeah, Bugs Bunny and Taz, and Lola Bunny, Daffy Duck, who still needs to be in this game. You got Sylvester, Porky Pig, Elmer Fudd, Yosemite Sam. It's just so many different characters that they can get into the game. Tweety Bird can be unique as a duo with Sylvester, listening to how Tom and Jerry plays. So they got a lot of unique ideas. And the one thing that really had me thinking about this idea is get LeBron James. LeBron James is not even from a cartoon. He's from a movie because he was in Space Jam. But this is one of the best NBA players in the world. So you didn't go in just the Space Jam world. You got an NBA superstar. You got an NBA legend, a future NBA Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Famer right away. What's stopping them from getting somebody from the NFL? See what I'm saying? Throwing a football around. A quarterback, for example, they can get someone like that. But that's what just shows the creativity behind the developers. Who saw LeBron James being in this game to be featured as a basketball player to do some serious damage with a basketball, to be able to cross you over and dunk on you? It's so much fun to play as him. He's one of my favorite characters. And I don't see many people play as LeBron James, just from what I ran into from the matches. But characters like him, I think, shows the potential behind the developers. It shows what they can do in the creativity. And I think they can really do this with Nickelodeon. And I'm just going to share some of my lists and just start talking about them. SpongeBob, one of the most iconic Nickelodeon characters. Jimmy Neutron could get into the game. I would like to see Timmy Turner with Cosmo and Wanda. And just the character models, you can definitely see them. You got duels like Tom and Jerry that's in the game. So Timmy Turner can come out with Cosmo and Wanda. The other Ninja Turtles that's not in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, I'm gonna go there. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl only has Leonardo and Michelangelo. They can snag Raphael and Donatello and put them in this game. What do you guys think about that? The two missing turtles that's missing from Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, they can take the other turtles, or if not, they can get at least one of them for the TMNT, for some TMNT reps. They're missing from the game itself. And some other ones, Garfield, they can start there. Kappa Mikey for another additional superhero to battle it out with Superman. And just from his outfit, it almost looks like Superman, because from his red and blue outfit, he can battle it out with Superman. And then let's get to the Avatar era. They can get Aang up in here, the last Airbender. It'll be awesome to see him in this game. And maybe rocket power. It's just some of the things that's one of the missing reps that's not even in the game. They can just get all these classics that can be represented into the roster. Rocket power, Catdog, Mr. Krabs, Squidward, and a lot of you guys like the Loud House. They can get a Loud House rep in here. You know, what's stopping them? I don't think anything can stop them from getting any character to be in this game. The Loud House, you get Lincoln Loud, whoever you guys like. I haven't watched too much of the show and know all of the characters by heart. But even though he was part of Nickelodeon, Dragon Ball Z Kai, Goku, yes, an animated character, but it'll be nice to see him in this game for animated characters. And he was part of the Nickelodeon with Dragon Ball Z Kai airing on the channel. So even though it wasn't originally on Nickelodeon, it can still be part of it. And just, it can go as long as it goes alongside with Doug, because he's Disney owned, but he used to be part of Nickelodeon. So Doug could be in the game, was just another iconic Nickelodeon character that people love. Super Shredder, I put him in the game. A whole different version of Shredder, and you can have these skins cause Gleaming. And just from the skin itself, let me see. See, like they can put the Super Shredder as a different variant, Y'all will buy different variants for Shredder. You can get Shredder come out into the game, and then you can have Super Shredder as a separate variant that you could purchase with Gleaming. How cool would that be? It's just so many different ideas. And then Nick Jr. Rush, like Dora the Explorer, could get in. Swiper the Fox, I put into my list for Nick Jr. to expand even more. And then additional villains like Zim. It'll be amazing to see. You can see their character models, and I can visually see them getting these characters in. Danny Phantom, and then Jenny Wakeman. It's just a list of characters that I put together. I don't want to go too long as far as the whole list of characters. There's so many characters I would like to see in the game that I think can really shine in this game. But I'm curious to see what y'all think. But the one thing that really stuck with me is when they said how any character can get in and really any character can shine. I noticed that he can't even really. They can have him bark. I'm surprised they don't have him do that when you click on him. or any sort of special animations. He just turns his head. But the things that they can say, I would love to see the voice lines. The voice lines are so unique in this game, and the different things that they say to each other. Every character has something to say to one another. Shaggy and Batman, and just Garnet and having the honor to take out Batman and destroy him in a match. Batman mentioning the kryptonite for Superman. The voice lines and how they really designed everything in this for the dialogue, the unique dialogue. You always are going to find something or hear something that you haven't heard them say before to a certain character, but it all depends on the matchup that you're facing and who your opponent is, and even when you're teamed up, whether you're battling it out in the 1v1s, even in the other modes, the 2v2s for the teams. Jake is going to say something to Steven, and it's just, you don't have any idea what they're going to say, even whether you win or you lose. Even after the battle is over, they're going to always say something different. And just with Superman, one of my favorite lines with Shaggy, you're tampering with powers you don't understand, Shaggy. That's one of my favorite lines. And Superman says that to Shaggy. That's the different dialogue. So when Superman beats Shaggy, he's going to say that. And he said, you're pretty strong, Shaggy. And I forgot what else he'll say. But not too strong. I forgot the whole dialogue. But that's what just makes me think this idea and this whole collaboration or this particular crossover, getting involved with third-party DLC, it can just really open the doors wider. But I think once the game came out and we see some characters like LeBron James, just again, we saw that happen. And then big guys like Iron Giant, he's one of my favorites. He's a great representative. They can get other giants, get other third-party characters to be able to get involved. Dennis the Hitman is one of the biggest characters in Nickelodeon from SpongeBob's world. He can get into the game too. Dennis the Hitman, Georgia Von Stragnall from Fairly Odd Parents, going up against Iron Giant, one of the strongest fairies. That'll be awesome to really see some of these matchups. Doesn't matter who wins. It's just the fact that the characters are going to really be able to be represented, because they have so many fan favorites that can get involved to really appeal to other audiences. So whether or not you know some of these characters, you're going to get to know who they are and find out what show they are. You're going to get into these shows. You're going to get into checking out some of these movies and shows that you've never seen before. And I think they can start with the Nickelodeon universe if they want to really try to get out of the whole DC world. If they want to start expanding once they're done with the DC characters. Because I don't know. I guess someone out there can elaborate in the comments. Maybe they're going to focus on DC characters. Maybe this will never happen. But I think it's completely possible for anybody to get in. The doors are open. The opportunity is there. And I think this game can have the biggest roster. And maybe this is a reach, what I'm going to get ready to say. It can be bigger than Super Smash Bros. With the roster. I really think they can, because they have so many characters from these shows alone. So even if they focus on DC characters, they can still be able to catch up already to the Super Smash Bros. Roster to be able to rival it. Not saying, oh, this is the best platform game, but, you like what you like. I like both games. I like playing all these different games for variety, and I genuinely have fun creating content and just discussing the characters and playing the game with you guys and hanging out. But I think this game really has the biggest chance and the biggest opportunity and potential to be able to have a huge character roster. And this is just 2 roles. This is only 2 roles. It's not even a complete role. You got Rick coming out sometime this month, or basically next month for September. You got only 2 roles. This whole screen is going to be huge. It's going to start covering up the character. They're going to have to expand and maybe have to zoom out the screen because it's going to be so many different characters. I'm not sure how this is going to really look. It's going to be such a huge roster, and they can just really start expanding. So I just wanted to throw some ideas out there, and whether or not you like the game, that's completely fine. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you guys think Nickelodeon can really get into this game? Paramount characters can really be able to shine, and it'll be fun. And then just to imagine the story mode that they could put together for some of these. I mean, it's probably not going to include them, but just the characters that we have now, they can bring out a story. And that's what I'm curious to see how that arcade mode is going to play like when it comes out. Is it really going to be something like story based, where you have unique encounters, Shaggy running into all the characters in the roster? Do you battle everybody in the roster, or do you only battle a select few characters, maybe 6 to 8 characters for the arcade, and then you unlock something, you get some gold, and it'll be awesome to see if you can have those characters that you don't have unlocked. You can be able to unlock them and have a chance if you beat them on a higher difficulty. But I'm just so excited to see what they bring to the table for this game, and as they continue to go on. This is only season 1. It's only just the beginning, and it's only just a beta because the real full game comes out later on in the year. I don't even know the date, of course, but this is only season 1, and they already added so much for the beginning of the season, so that it definitely has so much hype, and I think they can really get to other worlds from the Nickelodeon universe to be represented. I would love to see that. Even if it just, again, even if it doesn't happen, I'm just going as far as saying that I think it is totally possible for them to get access to some of the characters that I mentioned, SpongeBob, and even if it's not too many, they can get some of the characters to be represented, so it gets Nickelodeon representatives to run into some of these characters. SpongeBob and Bugs Bunny, I just want to see some of those matchups, and we can really see these characters battle it out and see what they say to each other. So, no, I just don't know. What would Bugs Bunny say to SpongeBob if they had a crossover, a unique collaboration, a crossover? It'll be super fun to see for some of these character reactions. And maybe you say Bugs Bunny say a yellow cheese, a talking sponge, or a yellow cheese, something like that. Taz will definitely say something. He'll probably mention, "Are you cheese?" Just the way he talks. But he'll definitely say something to him. I just know it'll be a lot of fun to really see that happen. Taz against SpongeBob, just to see the unique dialogues and the reactions of the characters. But it's just a little idea, it's just a little bit of discussion I wanted to bring out today to see what y'all think. And whether you're totally against the idea or you're for it, that's completely fine. But let me know what you guys think of these characters getting in. Maybe you don't think they belong. Maybe they can stay on Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Maybe they don't really have to expand beyond that. They can get other characters maybe once they're all done with the DC world, but they can definitely get anybody for sure.